Okay guys, so massive news. The latest saga in the Star Wars chapter has been announced, and spoilers for those who don't want to know, The Last Jedi. Now, I have loved Star Wars since I was a kid, maybe 5 years old even. I was watching Star Wars. For me, the original trilogy was possibly the reason why I love Star Wars so much. I watched The Phantom Menace when, I was about 5 years old, and immediately fell in love with the story. For me, Star Wars is such an incredible vision and voyage into cinema. When the original trilogy came out in the 70s and the 80s, it was a revolution to film. It was something brand new that was never done before. George Lucas brought this incredible world that no one had ever seen before. And it was the starting point, maybe, for science fiction and space operas as well. We didn't see anything like that before Star Wars came along. We had Alien, of course, and we had Terminator and things like that, but Star Wars was a pinnacle. It was a changing point in cinema history. So moving on to obviously the 8th chapter, it's called The Last Jedi. And now at the end of the 7th chapter, we saw Rey hold out a lightsaber to Luke Skywalker, and then it cut. They didn't say anything. They just looked at each other and then cut. So it was left to speculation as to what is actually going to happen. Now, as it's called The Last Jedi, it implies that someone is going to die. Now, it's clear in the 7th chapter that they're not partial to killing off key characters. Obviously, spoiler, and saddened to hear that Han Solo died in the 7th chapter. Now, I think that it will be a ballsy move from the producers and writers, etc., to kill off Luke or indeed Rey, but I'm not partial to it. I think having Luke Skywalker there to teach Rey the journey and to teach Rey how to use the Force, and then something happens, maybe he dies, maybe Knights of Ren come along, or Snoke comes along, Snoke comes along and kills him, then, you know, it might be good. It might be a good thing. I'm not saying that Skywalker dying is a good thing, of course not. I think what I'm most excited about is the actual story, because no one knows anything. Right? We don't know anything about the story, we don't know anything about the plot. All we know is that Luke Skywalker's in it, and so is Rey. It's clear that Rey is going to become a Jedi because there's clips online of Rey practicing her lightsaber skills and throwing about and jumping around and everything. So it's clear that she is going to become a Jedi in the film. Now, what's interesting about the poster, what that was released this week on the Star Wars official Facebook page, is that the poster, the Star Wars logo is in red. Now this further implies that someone's going to die, because never have we seen, ever have we seen, a Star Wars logo in red. So what are they doing? Why did they do it in red? There's so many questions that need to be answered. It's clear when the trailer's going to drop, it's going to absolutely break the internet, because just a poster has absolutely destroyed social media. So when the trailer comes out, even a tease of what the film is going to be, like a 10-second clip, that's going to destroy everything. Social media is going to go into a meltdown, and it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. It comes out this December, so obviously we're going to be covering the Star Wars journey all year, so look forward to that. I wrote a blog today as well about the initial release, so if you want any more questions, you might find them there as well. Or answers to your questions, you probably will find them there. But yeah, super excited. I thought I'd do this little video to show everyone that how excited we are. And I've spoken to the guys as well, and they're all mega excited, and they can't believe it's been dropped today. There was no mention of it. It's just bang, there it is. For me, as I said, Star Wars has always been something that I will love and treasure. I remember watching the 3rd chapter when I was probably about 11, and I remember thinking to myself, this is going to be the last ever Star Wars. There's not going to be a Star Wars after this. It's just, this is it. So I remember watching it and thinking, this is amazing, I love it, even though looking back it probably wasn't, but still, you know, if you like it, then that's fine. I'm not going to judge. I like it because I watched it growing up young. But yeah, I remember thinking back then, this is it, this is the end of the saga. But then obviously they announced that Episode 7 was coming, and I mean, I can't tell you how how happy that made me and how thrilled I was as well. So to hear that they were making a new trilogy based on Star Wars, and of course like backstories as well and fillers with Rogue One. They've got a Han Solo film coming out, so I'm sure we're going to cover that as well. But yeah, to hear that they're making a new trilogy actually like it broke the internet in itself. So what we're going to see with The Last Jedi, I'm super excited about it. So leave a like. The link to the blog is going to be in the description box, so go to the website, have a look at that. Have a look at all the other little videos we've done as well, and the blogs that we've been writing as well, and leave a like. So hopefully you're as excited as I am, and we can do this, like, force push.